How's it going? This is David over Orion Knives Kickstarter. We're back again. Initially was back in 2019 with the Solaris, and then now we're coming with a watch because the Casio AE1200, for anybody that actually is into that type of watch, is a very popular model. It is one that, through people that have budget watches all the way up to really premium watches, still recommend this type of watch for something to actually wear and carry. It has some great features to it. So because of that, and because of all the different things that I would see online when I was researching watches, a lot of people said the Casio AE1200 was based off of the Seiko G757 back from the 80s James Bond. So that's why I went down the path of just creating a case for it, really paying homage to that watch. Let me know what you think. Hopefully you guys will support the project and we'll get this going. So the sooner we can get funded, the sooner we'll place the order and we'll get this out to you folks. So give me some feedback on it. Stainless steel for the case with those pushers. It's going to be ATM5 for the water resistance. So that will do something well with like the shower and everything else. So as far as basic activities. So check those things out. Let me know what you think about this one, and thanks for supporting the project. This is going to be the new Q1200. So Q based off of James Bond, the guy that was in charge of all the gadgets. So without Q, really James Bond might not be the same person and the same iconic character without all the little gadgets that he had. So this is going to be for Q1200. So started with this one here. This is going to be that Seiko. So this is one that I found pretty beat up, but this is where the styling came from. So it's going to be the Seiko, and then that's going to be with that horseshoe and everything for it. And this is going to be the current prototype. So this is that Q1200, and that's going to be the original G757. So you can see a lot of the different things that are pretty similar to it. It's a little bit thicker than the original, but it's also newer electronics, and that's why I went down this route, is because this one I actually got it running, but 1980s technology, and it didn't work. I mean, these go for probably upwards of $1,200 to $1,500 if you can find one working. So that's where it went down to this route. So the Casio AE1200, fantastic product. And then also, this one's a world time. So I mean, if you want to check out different areas, that's Hong Kong. You can change it over. It has a little map that kind of changes over to where it's going. And then also did change out the face, so to have it a little bit closer to the original watch. So got a little of the bar on the right side here, and also made the clock more that iconic shape of the Seiko. So that is going to be more squared off shape. So I started out with this little guy. I mean, I just threw on some modeling putty to try and see if it would actually look any good. But this one starts off, for if you're going to pick up the regular Casio, this guy is going to be about 1.3 ounces compared to the metal version. So if you do have a metal Casio, this is even without the modular in it. So this one is going to be 2.7 ounces. Compared to this with the modular in it is going to be 2.8 ounces. So you really got a penny difference. So if you pop the penny on this, that would be how much this weighs on your wrist, and then that's going to be what you have for it. But if you're going to have the regular one, the regular AE1200, you're going to be throwing on some quarters to it and some pennies. 7 quarters and 1 penny. You throw that onto that face. That's going to be what that's going to feel like on your wrist. So that's going to be just a different way to tell, getting a physical feel of how it's going to be for you. All the little parts that come with it. So it is going to be a complete kit. All the little pushers come with it. So this is one that does not have a module in it. So it does have all the pushers already installed. We'll have the strap. So there's going to be 2 different straps available for the watch. So you're going to have a large size and also a small size or regular size that's going to be already with it. So no matter what size wrist you have, you're going to have that already with the watch. You're also going to have that backer for that Q1200. So that's going to be the watch back. So the front is going to be very sterile, so you're not going to have a lot of things on it. So between the two, I'm probably going to go with more of the brush finish. So this one is more of a brush finish on that horseshoe versus that full polish. But I'm still on the fence with that one. But this is going to be how the watch will look. It will be a complete kit. So you'll get the seal in there. You'll get new screws. some tools as well. So if you don't have those tools available to you to do that swap over, because it's just a modular swap over, so you're going to take the engine out of the Casio and then throw it right into the kit to create that Q1200. The watch is going to have a sapphire crystal face, and then you're also going to be having those indicators move to the appropriate locations. As you see, the watch face is changed to the more of that square to match up with the prior design, also for the top and the bottom. So it's moved from the sides to the top and bottom for all those indicators. But this is going to be what you're going to be looking at for the production side of things, and we're going to get that going. For the Q1200, it'll have 22 millimeter straps, so if you have another strap set that you would want to put onto the watch, you can definitely use those. So that's going to be a 22 millimeters. So it's going to be a little bit bigger than the factory one for the Casio side of things, but still that 10-year battery life, so a great movement or a great module within the Casio lineup. Let me know what you think. Hopefully you guys will support the project and we'll get this going. So the sooner we can get funded, the sooner we'll place the order and we'll get this out to you folks. So give me some feedback on it. Stainless steel for the case with those pushers. It's going to be ATM5 for the water resistance. So that will do something well with like the shower and everything else. So as far as basic activities. So check those things out. Let me know what you think about this one, and thanks for supporting the project.